Her cigar smoke drove me out of the room. Nothing could induce me to kiss her.
He appears to be a cartoon of his former self.
I feel no more sure than the next listener which epiphanies are best, which better and which worse, or whether such discriminations matter.
We felt lonely together.
Never again, he declared. Never, never again.
She gave pleasure where he wanted pain.
My drill instructor hysterically demanded that I take 2 steps to the right, then 2 steps forward, then 2 steps to the left, and then 2 steps back again, 14 times within 60 seconds.
I was reluctant to tell her that the quiche that she had cooked especially for us tasted like rust.
More of these stories are devoted to sex, sports, and literature than, say, to science, politics, or spiritual experience.
Though he found my lips cold, he could feel that my heart was warm for him.
How much do you love me now?
He caught me spending too much money, buying clothes on his credit, offending his parents, stealing cookies from his children, forging his signature, padding our household food bill, and running a gin mill in his bathtub.
Sex is true. Talk is bluff and bluster.
I will see her. I am seeing her. I have seen her. I saw her.
They peed in the sink, vomited on the tables, and defecated on my rugs.
Enchanted.
In the 2 years I traveled with the circus, I seduced every freak that could be had. Considering myself not a pervert, but a humanitarian.
Listen to the lambs, all a-crying.
Yep. Bullfrogs will leap for joy when a fisherman offers them beer.
If you have any complaints about the originality of Epiphanies, you should blame the dominance of conservative fictionists who not only pander to your traditional reading habits, but also implicitly make it easy for a beginner, such as myself, to write fiction that appears so radically innovative.
You could never decide definitively whether fiction should be true or a lie that was true.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See me. See me. See me.
soon as I heard the enemy had bombed our fleet, I could feel our life changing, literally, in the air around us. One could write a musical epiphany of just climactic passages that were drawn from various musical styles and then separated from each other by silences. A painterly or sculptural analog would be more problematic.
Before I could board the jumbo jet, the security man insisted upon examining everything in my suitcase, opening all containers, removing the lens of my camera, flipping through the pages of my books, and looking inside the caps of my pens. They made me feel guilty, even though I was innocent.
He turned his face to the wall and began to beat his head against the molding.
Rest assured, dear audience, Epiphanies will not go on forever, even though there's no intrinsic reason for ending it.
This might be the densest fiction, measured by the number of events and scenes per minute, that any of you have ever heard.
Extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary, I declare in awed amazement.
Behind the door I expected to lead to the bedroom, I found little cages stacked from floor to ceiling.
The picnic basket includes caviar, black bread, sardines, terra masalada, turkey, deviled eggs, barbecued ribs, lobster Cantonese, and chocolate eclairs.
He thought she was foolish and melodramatic to speak of their failed marriage as the waste of 7 years.
The sound of the car engine starting had sexual overtones.
Balls, she said, was her middle name.
Arriving in the city for the first time, I found people filling the streets, the sidewalks, the balconies, the windows, and the rooftops, all eager to welcome me.
Whenever he felt like relaxing with truly mindless reading, he picked up the Tokyo telephone directory.
The weather was just perfect.
To some readers, this fiction is as accessible as their daily newspaper. Others will find it inscrutable.
Perhaps the shortness of these stories echoes my impatience in sex.
Night and day, she was haunted by desires for revenge.
This story is primarily about the nature and possibilities of fiction.
The higher the balloon went, the more difficulty we had in holding back our feces.
Though the world regards me as a Don Juan, I think of myself as essentially domestic and monogamous.